Hey, this is this. And I guess I'm just going to do a just me talking video for now because a couple of videos back I said I was going to be really, really busy, and then I came up with a bunch of videos in between all that shit. And I'm pretty much done with all that now. And so I got me a lot of free time to look at a lot of stuff and try to get some stuff done over here on YouTube. But right now, I seem to have a small dilemma and have absolutely nothing to really talk about. So right now, just I guess another just me talking video. And I already did a video or a somewhat review of Batman Year One, which I highly recommend to anybody. It's a really great video. And also, I did that video on DC Comics controversies, which I believe is still going on, and a lot of feminist groups are still pissed off at Dan Didio. I think DC's just hoping that it will all die away. Oh, Didio, when you send your female forces from 16% down to 1%, yeah, it's not going to just go away easily. Just ask Herman Cain, and he'll pretty much tell you when you upset the opposite gender, yeah, you might want to get yourself ready for a long, long, long fight. But moving on from two morons who seem to think that women are either tools or just housewives, yeah, brilliant thinking they're idiots. And since it's just me talking video, I'll just be talking about other random stuff, mainly because I really don't want to talk about political stuff right now. And the reason why I don't want to talk politics is I'm just not very good at it, and I always make myself look stupid. Okay, moving on. Tech. What's up? Oh yeah, games. Sega may be returning to the consoles. Most likely not. As you know, this actually started in 2010. I mean, actually from 2009 all the way up till 2011. But now the new set of rumors says that the new console is more imminent by 2012 from Sega, which, if true, would hurt both Sony and Microsoft more. Mainly because if you guys knew anything, the old Dreamcast had the original codes, which was later turned into which basically is Xbox Live now. And basically, Sony knows the whole multimedia stream of what Xbox Live is, and they used to host it with their Dreamcast, or at least the baby steps that led into Xbox Live. Of course, the rumor started when after they said that basically, I think somewhere during the seventh generation of console, that Sega said, or at least some guy named Jeffrey or whatever said that Sega was just a software company, and soon after he said it, he was fired, and Sega started building hardware. What they created was the Ring Edge and the Ring Wide. And now people are saying that they're going to be using this technology for uh, to create a gaming console. Mainly, the Ring Edge and the Ring Wide was basically to help revive the pretty much already dying. It's dead here in the U.S., but it's dying in Japan. The arcades, and the arcade is dying a slow, miserable death over in Japan now, which isn't a shocker. And basically, the Ring Edge and the Ring Y was supposed to help revive it, and it never really happened. The revive just couldn't take. And of course, they're using some pretty cheap and modern technology, one of which is the HD DVD format, which also is going to be plated on the Wii U. And I know what you're going to say, well, why aren't they using Blu-ray? Well, you got to understand, Blu-ray is kind of expensive to make, and their discs are still up there in prices. But if you do HD DVD, you'll have the same quality as Blu-ray, not as much memory, but you'll have the quality there. Plus, the disc won't cost so much, and that's also why Nintendo's going with HD DVD disc because it'll be cheaper to produce, and their consoles will be cheaper as well. Because that's what happens when you use technology that's pretty much essentially dead. I mean, Sony and Microsoft already announced that their next gen consoles are going to have Blu-ray. Yeah, it's going to be quite the expensive consoles, guys. Of course, Microsoft's next generation console, I don't know if they're going to use their proprietary hard drives or a more free hardware drive, which Sony got right with their consoles. Even though hardware wise, I'm not exactly happy with Sony's console, mainly because of lack of RAM, the fact that they use a 6-year old graphics card, which is even older than that of the Wii, and I mean just the Wii, not the Wii U. Which is why you're not hearing Sony fans standing up there and saying, "Oh, did I say Sega? Well, I meant Sony." Sony fanboys getting up there and saying, "Well, why is the Wii U using a 3-year-old graphics processor? Then why did Sony use a 6-year-old graphics process GPU, or even older? It's older than the 7800s, Nvidia's. Way to go, Sony!" And of course, you're wondering, well, how come Uncharted 3 has such great graphics? Because it's mainly using the cell processor. It's basically using the entire cell processor, which is not exactly a good idea. And I don't want to get into why, but it's not a good idea. But anyway, Sega's new console. Now, I guess the creator of Sega wants to create a console. Uh, Here's my thoughts on this, by the way, since I took so long to get here. Um, I think by 2012 they'll announce a console, but by 2013 that the console will be out. And pretty much when this hits, we all know that Microsoft and Sony will be struggling everywhere that they can to make their new consoles. Sony's pretty much already got their console made, but Microsoft has pretty much put all bets on table saying that they can wait until 2014 for their new console. Yeah, I don't. It's beginning to look less and less. If it is true that Sega's going to have a new console by either 2012 or 2013, Microsoft holding out on 2014 is not going to be a good fucking idea. I mean, we all know that Sony is going to go the Wii route and make a lesser powerful console, and that's exactly what they want to do with their new PlayStation 4. It's been in all the rumors, and Microsoft is thinking about doing the same thing. Make a less powerful console because the old rule: the one with the least power wins the race. And the reason why this is true has nothing to do with the power of the graphics capabilities. Just it goes with prices. The cheapest console is the one that wins, and the Wii was so heavily underpriced in the Xbox and the PS3 that it basically dominated the entire market. It's just not until now that the other two consoles caught up to the Wii, mainly because Nintendo took forever to drop their price, and also because, and I guess Nintendo was a little slow in the draw, but also because Xbox and PlayStation's prices now match that of the Nintendo Wii, and of course now they got their own ads on, which is an overpriced PlayStation Move, which is a complete and utter fucking joke. And then you got the Connects, which just about every game on there is either falls under mediocre or complete garbage. You take a pick on that. Yeah, I don't like the fucking Connects. And with the Wii U coming out, it's going to have motion control built into it by, allowing you to hook your Wii controllers up to it. So, yeah. So it will automatically have motion control pretty much built into it. And unlike the Wii U will allow you to use their giant touchscreen, which will be retroactive touchscreen instead of capacitive, mostly to do is it's just cheaper to manufacture. Of course, to be under my opinion, the controller doesn't need the touchscreen. I mean, the camera, the speaker, and the microphone are pretty much, I think, going to become the requirements of the next generation console gaming. But I don't think the touchscreen is going to have really any kind of implications whatsoever. I don't know what Nintendo's thinking with that thing. But I will be a cheap add-on, though. I'll give Nintendo that, for whatever it's worth. But to tell you the truth, I just have no idea if it is or isn't going to happen. I look forward to see if it does happen, and most likely the rumors are getting to the fact that I am starting to kind of believe that Sega is going to probably come back into the console gaming, mainly because their stocks and their profits have gone through the roof for the last couple of years. I mean, they're not the half broke company that they used to be, and they are making hardware again. Most of their hardware divisions have been put back on, and they are manufacturing hardware yet again. But it's still to say, and it's still on shaky grounds. It looks more and more like there is a new console coming out from Sega, but we'll have to see. And of course, I've heard all the other rumors, like where they're talking with Apple, because most of you don't know is that the Ringware and the Ring Wide, the Ring Edge and the Ring Wide, both use Microsoft compliant software parts in there, and of course, Microsoft saying, you can't use those things against our Xbox if you turn them into consoles. So the rumor now saying that they need a new OS for their console and that they're going to have Apple make it, but I kind of doubt it. Oh, Apple will never fucking enter the consoles ever. I mean, the only reason why they're in the handhelds was that they were forced into the handheld gaming market. And boy, was they kicking and screaming all the way in that one. I mean, it took them forever to even come up with Game Center, and that thing's still a half-ass hatchet job. But anyways, that's my thoughts. As for my next video, I'm thinking about maybe trying a top 5 countdown of my favorite space opera sci-fi shows. But until then, I have really no idea what my next video is going to be. And if you got any ideas, well, drop a comment. I'll see if I can do it.